Look, Chris Sale, David Price, Zach Greinke / Jake Arrieta, however you want to mix it up. That's how you attack the Yankees. Porcello in the 4-hole. Last year, the Yankees out-hit you and out-pitch you, period, point blank. They're probably going to out-hit you this year. You look at that lineup, if they're healthy, they're going to out-hit you. Now, they're not going to murder you, but they're going to out-hit you. Now, if you let them out-pitch you and out-hit you, you're going to lose. It's not going to work. You're going to be done. You better get some arms. Fuck J.D. Martinez and that money. Go get Arrieta. Go trade for Zach Greinke. Look, when I look at look, everybody keeps saying, oh, yeah, that lineup has no bite. Really? Really? How can you say that? There's so much upside in that lineup, you don't even know what's there. Devers, Bogarts, Benintendi, Mookie Betts. That is just a bundle full of upside right there. And those guys. Mookie Betts looks like he could be a 35 to 40 home run guy. That sounds like bite to me. Benintendi. You don't think he's gonna, look, all those guys, their games are getting better. And the outfield of the Boston Red Sox is worlds better than the Yankees outfield. Defensively. Worlds better. It's not even close. And all three of those guys in that Red Sox outfield are progressing. All of them. They all have more upside. Stanton is what Stanton is. He don't got no upside. He is what he is. Now, he's a monster, but he is what he is. Aaron Hicks, good defense, good switch stick. A lot more upside there? I don't know about that. Not as much as Betts, Bradley, and Benintendi. Aaron Judge does have upside. You're going to take J.D. Martinez, put him in the outfield, make your outfield defense worse. And for what? For 30 home runs? You don't need them. Pedroia, Devers, Bogarts, Benintendi, Betts, Bradley, Mitch Moreland, they all have the ability to hit over 20 home runs. That's 140, 160 home runs in just those players right there. I think the power thing is very overrated. I think, a lot of these media types, they look at that number and they say, oh, yeah, well, that's going to happen next year. No, a lot of these guys are progressing. So, you can't just base everything on what these are all young kids pretty much, except for Pedroia and Mitch Moreland. So the Red Sox should do like the Washington Nationals, and they should go get pitching. They don't need J.D. Martinez. J.D. Martinez should go to the White Sox. You're listening to the Jake Robinson Sports Experience from the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. Half man, half podcast machine. And look, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to get set up. We're going to get ready for these, the first ever Kangaroo Court. And look, you guys are going to have to bear with me. This could be the greatest bit ever, or it could be a complete disaster. And I am so nervous right now. I mean, this was very ambitious of me, if I may say so myself. So, I'm going to need a second here to get set up, get my robe on, grab my gavel, and I will hear cases for the Let's Talk Baseball first ever Kangaroo Court in 1 second. Okay, I got my robe on. I got my wig on. I'm going to need you to please rise for the less than honorable Judge Jake the Snake Robinson presiding District Courthouse 420 and the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network first ever Kangaroo Court. And it's so good to see all of you. Look at you. Y'all look really good. Look at the women. They look really good. Karen Marie, Debbie, nice dresses. My God, Corey. Did you really have to wear a Cubs t-shirt to court? I mean, that's... Come on. What is that, tennis shoes? I expect so much better out of you. It's good to see all of you at the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. First ever Kangaroo Court. And look, this could go... Oh, by the way, you can be seated. I just wanted you to just kind of stand there and, you know, in all my magnificent glory. This is a really ambitious thing. This could go really, really good or really, really bad. The first ever Kangaroo Court. And let's get this thing underway here. I got a full docket of cases in front of me today. I'm going to try to whip right through these really fast. Now, look, for those of you that don't know what a Kangaroo Court is, it's part mock trial, part roast. And I think this room needs a little bit. You know, we're getting away from the fact that we're family and we love each other, even though we may have different baseball views. And if you don't love us, then you need to go. So I'm sure there's going to be some twists and turns here. My first case is Mikey Franks versus Corey Smith on charges of excessive homerism. And I told you, look at Corey. I mean, that's just disgraceful. I mean, it's a nice Ernie Banks jersey. I'll give you that. You got a backwards hat on. Mikey Franks, what's your evidence here? He's got nothing but Cub picks on his hat. He's got nothing but Cub picks on his last 6 profile picks. And look, even in this one evidence that you've given to me, his poor, beautiful wife. I mean, how did he do that? First of all, how did he get that beautiful wife to let him put his tongue in her mouth, first of all? I mean, I don't even know that she wasn't kidnapped. But look, even his beautiful poor wife, she's been infected with this disease. Now she's wearing Cubs hats. So, Your Honor, I want to charge Corey Smith for being the biggest Cubs and Chris Bryant homer on the page. And also thinking the owners aren't to blame for none of the free agents being signed. I feel his punishment should be to change his profile pic to a Pirates logo for a month. And if he fails to do so, he's banned from the page for a month. Now, Corey Smith, he gave me exhibits A through J, various posts he made on Barry Bonds, Mike Mussina, the Yankees, Kenny Lofton. And he does make a point here. He has posted many, many things besides Cubs things I see here. But here's the ticker. 3 minutes after the Super Bowl had ended, you posted, "Now that football is over, let's go Cubbies." So there you go. I mean, you came into my courthouse wearing an Ernie Banks t-shirt, tennis shoes, a Cubs hat backwards on your head. I mean, the evidence is overwhelming against you. I'm going to rule in judgment of the plaintiff here. I'm not going to make you go a month with a Pirates logo as your profile pic, but I'm going to give you a week. You have a week from now until the opening day to use a Pirates logo as your profile pic. The judge has spoken. This case is over. All right, who's next? Karen Marie versus Joel Kripke. Karen Marie has charged Joel Kripke with a PUI, posting under the influence. And I'm going to see if I can find these full charges here. Now, you're going to have to bear with me. I have some new tech that I'm using for this. Usually, I would have to write all these things down. But I'm actually trying to make it a little bit easier here. Okay, here it is. Alright, Karen Marie is charging Joel Kripke with posting under the influence. And in particular, she is talking about the post in which he said that Chris Bryant is better than Joey Votto. And she says, Your Honor, saying Bryant is the best player in the NFL when Votto is clearly better, and then asking me how many MVPs Votto has won 2010 alongside Hamilton. He also says the Yankees purchased the World Series when his team was also paying the luxury tax. And the fact that he annoys everyone. Well, that is true. He definitely does annoy his share of people. But that's not a crime. Now, in Joel Kripke's defense, he says, Your Honor, Joey Votto is a great player. In my opinion, a Hall of Famer. At 34, he is on the dying side of his career. He's still a great hitter and solid in the field, but not as good as Bryant. It's close, but I think KB has the edge. After 3 full seasons, KB's WAR is 4.0 more than Votto in his first 3 seasons. He's 26, and his numbers will only improve as he enters his prime. He is versatile, playing third base, right field, and left field, and he's a great base runner. The power numbers are close, but the WAR favors Bryant. If I'm starting a team right now, I'd take Bryant over Votto. Now, first of all, let's get to this charge. But the Yankees. It's very hypocritical of you to say that the Yankees buy championships when you guys have been paying for the luxury tax threshold, which you have clearly gone over the past couple of years. So that's just hypocritical. Now, saying that Chris Bryant is better than Joey Votto. Now, look, if you want to say, would I build a team around Chris Bryant or Joey Votto right now, that makes sense. But saying that Chris Bryant is better than Joey Votto right now is just ridiculous. There is no way that you can say that that kid who's never hit over 300 in his life can hold a candle to what Joey Votto does. If Joey Votto played on the Cubs, he'd be box office, baby. So as far as I'm concerned, this is hands down. This is going in Karen Marie's favor. The less than honorable Judge Jake Robinson presiding. And your punishment is going to be, I'm going to keep these real simple. There's going to be profile picks punishments. You have until opening day to have a week of Joey Votto as your profile pick.